My notepad is full. This Pelosi thing is the most crazy, the most bizarre thing I have ever heard. Originally, the guy shows up in his underwear. So they were both found by the police, both in their underwear, both holding a hammer. Both of them had their hands on a hammer. Part of the story is that the hammer actually belonged to Pelosi. 2 o'clock in the morning. They're both in their underwear. It's understandable that Pelosi, being woken up by an intruder, would be in his underwear, but why would the attacker be in his underwear? Well, after interviewing neighbors, it turns out the guy lives in some sort of commune in San Francisco, no less, and he's some kind of gay, nudist, LGBTQ. They got flags outside the house. They got BLM stickers or posters in the window. Sure, they want to spin this that he's a right-winger. Sure, of course he is. And then, now the news story is, he actually brought with him, first it was a manifesto. He had a manifesto. So he's in his underwear, but he's got a manifesto. What, did he tuck it in his back buttock in his underwear? Where did he keep it? Why? Why do you go and carry it? What? You're going to go do a home invasion? You carry a freaking manifesto in your fucking underwear? Okay, fine. All right, it gets worse. Now they're saying he brought with him 2 hammers. 2 hammers. When they already said that one of the hammers belonged to Pelosi. And he also brought with him tape. They don't specify. We don't know. Was it duct tape? Was it scotch tape? Was it electrical tape? Was it VHS tape? Was it cassette tape? We don't fucking know. They don't say. Also, he had with him zip ties. Great. Okay, so he's got a manifesto. He's got zip ties. He's got tape. He's got 2 hammers. And they also said white rope. Not any kind of rope, but white rope. White rope. Just, because. So he's in his underwear. And we saw the footage of the helicopter overhead where the glass on the outside of the back door was actually broken out, not in. That's a little curious. Don't make sense. Okay. So he's in his underwear. The glass is out. They paint him as a right-winger. None of this makes sense. None of it. One hammer belonged to Pelosi. Yep, got that. Surveillance. Let me see. Second in line to the president, right? So the Speaker of the House is first in line to be the president. If something happens to the president, the vice president is first. And then Speaker of the House of Representatives is literally second in line. So if something happened to the president and the vice president, then the Speaker of the House literally becomes president. So Nancy Pelosi is actually second in line to be the president. So are you telling me that her $8.5 million home doesn't have surveillance? Where's the footage? And by the way, that house is located in an area, because you don't put an $8.5 million home in the slums. It's surrounded by other well-to-do homes. So they have footage. We're going to catch you. You can't walk down the street. Side note, do you guys remember many, many years ago, there was this thing called the affluent kid. And I think he got in trouble for drunk driving, and he killed some girl. And he got off, and the excuse was that he's so affluent, he's from such a rich family that he didn't understand the law and the problem and the wrongdoing. He's so affluent. We gave him a pass. And then what happened was his mom took him out of the country. They ran away, and then a year or so later they were captured in Mexico. Follow me now. They were captured in Mexico, going into a sandwich shop. Now here's the funny part. because they had three, count them, three surveillance video footage of these people walking down the sidewalk in some dirt town, some middle of nowhere dirt town, freaking Mexico. Three freaking video cameras. They got him caught walking down the sidewalk, turning and going into the sandwich shop, and then two more camera angles in the sandwich shop. So are you telling me that these people were captured by the FBI because of the surveillance footage in dirt town nowhere, Mexico, but Nancy Pelosi's fucking $8.5 million home ain't got surveillance, or the people around him ain't got surveillance? Look, I got surveillance, my neighbors got surveillance, and I'm certainly not a rich man, but you can't walk down my fucking street without being seen by about 20 fucking video cameras, and that is a fact. That is a fact. I don't have no $8.5 million home. Are you telling me, where's the fucking video surveillance? Where's the video footage? Where's the body cam footage? Where is it? I'll bet you $1 that none of us are ever going to see none of that shit. And then, one of the most bizarre aspects of all is that Paul Pelosi called 911 from the bathroom. Because, you know, when you have a home invader who wants to kill you with a hammer, and you say to him at 2 a.m, hey, I gotta go pee real quick, do you mind? And the guy with a hammer who wants to fucking murder your wife, he says, sure, I'll be right here with my hammer, go take a piss. Paul Pelosi goes into the bathroom, and I shit you not, they actually said where he charged his cell phone. What? What? The bathroom? That's where you charge your cell phone? Are you kidding me? It's like, what part of this fucking story makes sense? Seriously, what part? Like any part? Does any part make sense at all? At all? At all? Well, I hope I didn't forget anything, because this is literally the most bizarre fuck story of a crazy, crazy conspiracy theory if I ever saw one. You have to be lobotomized to believe this fucking story. I have never in my life seen a more ridiculous, absurd cover story. Ever. Not ever. Well, I hope I didn't leave anything out. But if you believe this freaking story, then I have property on Mars. I could sell you 100 acres. 100 acres for $10,000. Cheap. I mean, 100 acres? Probably a lot of minerals under there. You're going to make a fortune. Hit me up.